Hello, 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 people. How are you? Um, this is my first time coming on live using my tablet. It's a little awkward because I have it turned the long way, and I originally had it turned the wide way. But when I turn it the wide way, it says orientation is locked. Rotate back. So I'm assuming that turned this way, I look like I'm sideways, and I want to be face forward to you all. So this is the SupaTea Podcast Show, and I gotta look at the camera, right? It's weird because the camera is literally on the side, right? But I see it. I see the little dot. I'm gonna look at the camera, and I want to have a conversation. I'm a mom. You should know that by now. And I've been a mom for quite some time. I've been a mom for I want to say over 25 years. As soon as that little seed start growing in your belly, you a mother. Um, that's when I start counting. Okay, I don't know. Maybe other people start counting when they come out, but you are parenting before it comes out, right? Before the baby come out. And I started super early. I was still a child myself. And excuse me. Only great things that I shouldn't say only, but the great thing about me, in light of all of my challenges, was that for my first years, from a baby up until I was about 10 years old, I had a wonderful, strong black lady raise me, okay? And she incorporated a lot of love and a lot of strength into me. But she was up there. She was way up there. She was like in her 70s. And she was not even responsible or obligated to make the sacrifice she did. I appreciate what she did because she gave me a solid foundation. She kept me separated from what was going on in the late 80s, early 90s, in the hood, because we were in the hood. I'm in the hood right now. We were in the hood. We were definitely in the hood. We were in Marcy Projects. You know, that's where she took her last breath at in Marcy Projects. And unfortunately, that's also where my daughter took her last breath at. And that's where my first 10 years was spent in Marcy Projects. So the minister, the polished me that I present, there is a strong foundation underneath that. I have built on top of that. I've had to heal, I've had to grow, and right now I'm having some challenges, and I want to talk about these challenges because I know some people don't want to talk about them, right? We talk about a whole lot of stuff, the post-slavery trauma, and just with blacks, period, right? We don't talk about the we talk about the systematic racism, yes. We don't talk about the things that have been poured into our communities to try to keep us at a certain level, namely drugs, okay? Namely, drugs in our community have been a fucking shit show. It's been a fucking shit show. It has broke up families. It has ruined talented individuals. And yes, your soul may be untouched and your soul can recover if you allow it to. But what happens when your child falls into that fucking cycle? What happens to a child? We watched different shows, different movies. What's that show with the principal? I can't even think of the name of it. Um, where they showed children, and to me, I was just like, children doing drugs. And that's when they introduce them while they're most vulnerable. And if they haven't had a solid foundation, if they didn't have something strong, then it's easy for them to fall into that. Okay? Unfortunately, even though I had a solid foundation, I didn't really provide that or even know how to provide that as a child myself for my child. I bounced around from group home to group home, which they call mother and child. They don't call it a regular group home. And I hope you guys can hear me. I think you guys can hear me though. And so that wasn't solid. It wasn't solid trying to insert the values that were put into me as a young child into my own child living in institutions. Living in institutions, okay? Because these institutions had their own mode of operandi of what a person should be doing, right? And I thought, I knew a lot. Of course, I didn't know too much. I don't know if I know so much now. But I know this is a conversation that needs to be had because I can see it and because I have studied it and because I have dealt with the struggles as a parent for so long. I recognize when other parents are dealing with it. Namely Monique. Monique, kudos to you. Kudos to you, girl. Kudos to you and your family. I believe it's the Hicks. I just found out. Hopefully I'm saying it right. But kudos to the Hicks. Kudos to y'all. Kudos for y'all being a fucking solid motherfucking team. That is what's needed. That is what's necessary. That's what young ladies like me need to see. I ain't too much younger than you. I'm only about like 16 years younger than you. You could have been my mama, Monique. And it's funny because you remind me a little bit of her. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic. The topic is, though, let's talk about spirituality a little bit different. Let's talk about what it is. How everything that we see has a spiritual counterpart. Okay? And these drugs have a spiritual counterpart. Let's talk about it. But it's weak because, see, it doesn't exist without latching on to a person. It has to be connected to a person in order to even exist. And they look for weak people and they latch on to weak people. And sometimes it's actual spirits that's latching on. But that drug shit has a spirit to it too. And it's a spirit that can absolutely be defeated. Individuals have defeated it. And I look forward to witnessing my son defeat it. Okay? But it is such a thing. One moment that we need to talk about. We need to talk about the spiritual aspect of addiction and with loved ones. And we need to be those who are the supporters of them, need to be praying, need to recognize that it's our responsibility to fight their battles, need to recognize it's not our responsibility, especially once they are adults and they are making choices and they have been informed with the knowledge and with the truth of what it is. And if they still choose to make the choice that they choose to make, that's why they separated. Okay? And her son got on TV not on TV, on this damn social media and tried to go against what she said. But anybody with any intelligence can see that you just basically said what she said. She said y'all separated. You may not want to reconcile with your mother because of the choices that you have made and maybe still making, indulging in those things. And let me tell you, you could see, this is what people don't recognize, all right? Especially in nowadays, with the makeup and the grooming. You think you could groom yourself enough to not show that spirit to those who have the discernment to see that spirit? That spirit is recognizable. And when a person has been close enough to a loved one who has carried that shit is recognizable. It could be seen through the screen. It don't matter how groomed you are, how clean you are on the outside. When somebody has discernment, they can see it. So we ain't gonna jump on the bandwagon of, first of all, this back and forth that's going on with the comedians right now, okay? And in the community right now. What we gonna talk about, what I'm gonna talk about is this drug shit. Because see, this drug shit is a part of that entertainment community. That's something that they don't talk about. They want to talk about the pedophiles, but what about the drug abuse? What about the parties where people are partying and getting high out of their motherfucking mind and feeding that spirit of drug addiction? What about that? What about that in the entertainment industry? We can talk about that. We only talk about it when it gets out of hand. It's out of hand, period. You don't need that. You don't need a drug to be a great actor, to be a great performer, to be a great artist. You don't need that. You don't. And now they have made it, they put it into the music and they have made it pop culture. Popping perks and whatever the fuck that else they popping pills and all of that shit and drinking, what the fuck they call that shit, lean. Let's dismantle that shit. Let's dismantle that motherfucking spirit. Let's dismantle it. Let it be transmuted into something beautiful. Let it be transmuted into something healthy. Let it change. Send that shit into the light. Be the light so that shit transmutes and changes. Because enough is enough. I didn't listen to the whole response. And a lot of people, they ain't even hearing it. They ain't hearing it. They ain't hearing or seeing it. They don't got the eyes to see or the ears to hear. They're like, oh, just give them a hug. You can love and love and love and love and love another one unconditionally. But until they love themselves, to separate themselves from that addiction, from those drugs, then it will seem like to others you ain't doing nothing. But you know, Monique knows, her husband knows. His father knows. And I don't know any of those people personally. But I just could see it. I see it. I listened to a few words he was saying. Oh, I don't have any interest. And she doesn't have any interest either. No. She has boundaries to protect herself from you. Because you are harmful to yourself. And if you're harmful to yourself, you're absolutely harmful to anybody else. You are your first star player. You ain't taking good care of you. And I don't mean on the outside only. I mean on the inside and the outside. Anybody can take a shower, get a haircut, and put on some stuff, put on some cologne, look good on the outside. Come on now. We in the fucking point in time when motherfuckers makeup is just a regular for motherfuckers. No matter what. It's just like they gotta put on a mask. But those are just masks. Okay? You could fool people who got beef, or we got beef with her because she telling the truth. We got an issue with Cat Williams because they telling the fucking truth. We got an issue with that. They should just let it go. How much of letting go have we done? And how far has it gotten us? Y'all ain't hearing her. Y'all ain't hearing. You think we somewhere? Because we got big houses and we got jets. But look at our fucking communities. Look at our inner cities. Are we really somewhere? Are we really somewhere? Because if we were, certain things just would not be allowed. Because we would be somewhere. We would be working together. We wouldn't be one against another. It would be us working together. That's what she's saying. That's what y'all not hearing. Y'all like, oh, she bitter, oh, she feel away. No, she's saying there's a bigger principle. There's a bigger principle. And you're like, oh, well, she don't get along with her own family. Shut the whole hell up. Shut the whole hell up. I had respect. I thought that you was a respectable man, sir. D.L. Hughley, I thought you was respectable. But the fact that you thought it was funny to make a joke that wasn't funny with her family, the fact that you thought that that was cool, or and because you got a name for yourself, you could do whatever you want and not take people's feelings into accountability? No.
No, it don't matter what your name is. It don't matter the accolades you have. It don't matter your bank account. Your character is what matters. And it wasn't okay, and it's not okay. And now you feel away because her attorneys got involved. You feel away because you feel away. Nah. You in your feelings now because she stood up for herself. People so used to stepping on people and stepping over people that when a person stands up for themselves, they get offended, they feel away. Now you want to throw them under the bus. Who she thinks she is standing up to me? Who she thinks she is gonna tell me what to say on my show? You talking about her, and you're talking about her husband. You don't think she's supposed to stand up for her husband? You don't think she's supposed to stand up for her family? And you want to talk about the son and oh well they don't even get along. Why don't they get along? Why? You don't even care to know why. Because you only dealing on the surface. And enough is enough for dealing on the motherfucking surface of shit. That's what the fuck Monique is saying. That's what the fuck Cat Williams is saying. And I stand in fucking agreement with them. I stand in fucking agreement with them. Because it's easy to do this surface shit. It takes a couple of minutes. You know how long it takes me to put on a little bit of foundation? Couple of minutes. You know how long it's easy to get in front of the camera and act like everything perfect. No, 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 no. We all a work in progress, baby. But those who actually take the time to work on themselves, not just on camera, behind camera, to say, oh, okay, I got some stuff, I got some material things, but how I feel inside? How am I sleep? Can I go to sleep without a nightcap? Can I go to sleep without anxiety? Can I live without anxiety? If you can't, then there's work to be done with yourself and on yourself. I said one moment, I'm doing a live. I'll be with you. And I'm coming on here to have a conversation because I know I can see and I can recognize, and I have met too many mothers who have also had to deal with this motherfucking hardship when their child, that's not an adult, has decided that they uh, want to indulge in substances. Because there comes a point, as Mr. Hicks said, where you have to take responsibility for your own actions. You can't blame it on the shit that's happened to you. All the shit I just... Have y'all been following me? If you haven't been following me, look at some other videos. I have been through shit, okay? Shit on shit on shit on shit on shit. But what I chose to do was to go inside and go to the divine. That was my choice to do that. You think motherfuckers wasn't... Let me tell you. Let me tell you. When I was homeless a few years ago, I mean, real homeless, like we were sleeping on people's couches and shit. All right, this lady, I mean, beautiful apartment, Brooklyn, New York, beautiful apartment. She together, had nice stuff. You would never motherfucking know that she was going to a number hall where they motherfucking had drugs like it was a candy store. You wanna know how I know? Cause she invited me to this shit one night. And you wanna know what pissed me off with that shit? Is that she had her grandbaby. She was babysitting that night. Grandbaby had to be maybe she was able to stand up inside of the fucking playpen. Put the grandbaby to sleep. Oh girl, we had some wine. Oh girl, we gonna go out. We went up the block to a number hall. My first time in a number hall. Okay? This was in the 2000s, okay? It's like 2000, maybe 15, maybe 16. Left the baby in the house. My first time seeing a mother, I ain't never seen a motherfucker snort, okay? On TV, yes. My first time seeing a bitch eat the shit. I seen a big black lady eating it. Eating cocaine. And I just stayed cool. I stayed cool and I was like, what the fuck in my head? What the fuck did I let this lady bring me to? This is the shit that's happening in our neighborhoods in the 2000s and 2015. This is what we doing. This is what y'all doing. We stayed there maybe a few hours. See, I'm the type of person where I'm not judgmental. I ain't gonna say you bad, I ain't gonna say you negative, and I know how to hold my own. And see, that lady that I tell you that raised me, she used to run shit like that. Way before my days. So that gangster, that everything has a spiritual counterpart. Even being a gangster. And the lady who raised me was a straight gangster. Alright? And so that gangsterness is you just know what you know and you are who you are and you don't have to move your position for nobody and you don't move your position for nobody. And so I just watch, but not too much. It was like, oh, I see y'all, but whatever. You want something? No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. And they respected it, and they respected me. But I lost my respect, not for the lady that was eating the shit, because I don't know you, but for the lady who invited me there. I lost my respect for her that day, because you know when we got back to her place, the baby was up screaming her motherfucking head off. And I felt away. And I said something about it. Oh yes, I said something about it. And you know who I became? You ungrateful bitch. I let you sleep on my motherfucking couch. You don't even have nowhere to stay. And you worrying about what the fuck I do with my life? Oh yeah, I was that bitch. I was, not only was I that bitch, that shit spread throughout the whole complex. This bitch thinks she better than somebody. I don't think I'm better. I just know I'm different. I just am not interested. See, what I seen out my window in Marcy Projects growing up is motherfuckers fucked up from drugs. So y'all may have found the happy medium. I ain't interested. I ain't interested. I ain't interested. You left that baby here? What if she pulled herself out of this shit? What if she would have got into something? Because you want to go get high? You gonna risk your grandbaby life because you want to go get high? And I'm fucking wrong for saying something to the mother? I said something to the mother. I ain't saying nothing to the neighbors and all of that shit. I said something to the mother. I found that mother and I said, listen, don't leave your baby here with her because she got issues. And your baby was left here by herself. Simple as that. And that's what the fuck Monique is doing. People got a problem with it. But keep speaking your truth and keep speaking your truth too, cat. And I'ma speak mine too. Shit ain't perfect. I work at my happiness every day. I call it force. I evoke it from within. Because I got plenty of stuff to be grateful about and to talk about. Having a roof over my head, having clothes on my body, having food in my stomach, having a sound mind, having the talents and the gifts that God has given me, having opportunities to grow and perfect these things so that I can be of service, having this platform to speak on to encourage somebody. I have a lot to be grateful for. In regards to my loved one that is dealing with what they're dealing with, I love them unconditionally. That's the position that Monique has. They may not see it. Because I tried communicating just now, just today. And they're like, oh, it's okay. Because yeah, I did that. But I still went and did this. You still went and did what? Lost a job? Still went and did what? Can you even see clearly? When that shit fogging up your mind because you intelligent, you think it's okay? If you were that intelligent, you wouldn't be doing something that's damaging good relationships. You wouldn't be doing shit that's holding you back. You wouldn't be feeling entitled to shit as a man. Men. Ooh, that's why I support my good brother that is saying let's awaken the divine masculinity. Yes. And I passed that on to at least 10 brothers. And most said thank you, but some seen that as an opportunity to have a conversation with me. Okay, we can have a conversation about that. Because see, my divine feminine is fully the fuck awake. Fully awake. Fully aware. So if your divine masculinity ain't awake, that's what we're going to talk about. Not, oh, how you doing? Where are you from? I'm from my mother. Who are you? I am that I am. Me. I ain't got time. And I do got things to work on. Okay? But I'm working on me. So you work on you. Don't be trying to get to, that ain't the way. That ain't the way. Because I'm vetting the fuck out of you. And I'm not vetting you for superficial stuff. I'm vetting spiritually. I'm spiritually vetting motherfuckers, okay? Motherfucker, oh, where you work at and what you do and what you got? No. What's your spiritual practices? What's your spiritual practices? And not the brothers that's using it to be manipulative neither. No, what's your truth? Where your heart at? How you feel about this? How you feel about that? What's your background? I'm asking not normal questions. And it turns a lot of motherfuckers off, and it's okay. It's okay. Because I want to know the core of you before I know the more of you. Okay? With that being said, I hope everybody has a good, lovely day today. I want to thank you for tuning into the SupaTea Podcast Show. I encourage you to be diligent on your energy and on yourself and on loving yourself. And do love your other. Do love your loved ones. But have clear boundaries and stand on those boundaries, which I know Monique is doing, which I know I am doing. But I encourage other people to do the same. Because they will throw shit at you that don't make no motherfucking sense at all. And if you ain't strong enough standing on your own truth, that shit will shake you. When you standing on your own truth and you standing on truth, that shit don't shake you. It just reveals to you what the fuck they really are. They don't have to stay that way. But see shit for what it is. And also imagine the good possibilities. Now that shit right there is work, baby. That's work. That's work. To see shit for what it is and imagine it to be the best possible that it could be, that's work, baby. You think that it sounds simple, right? Try to do that shit. Try to do that shit. You in the hood? Look outside your motherfucking window and look at a crackhead and try to imagine that crackhead as a motherfucking president of the United States of America. Try to do that shit. This shit don't even sound right? That's that when you break it down into details, that shit sound fucking difficult. Like a motherfucker. How I'm supposed to see shit for what it is and imagine it to be better, to be the best it can be. But that's what you gotta do with those loved ones that's going through shit like that. And that's all she doing. She like, hey, time, space, heal, baby. You know when somebody heals. It shows. It ain't just gonna show on the outside. It's just show with a clean face and a manicured beard, nice clothes, smelling good, looking good. It's gonna show in your mannerisms. It's gonna show in how you speak. That's how it's going to show. It's going to show in the choices that you make. It's going to show in how you communicate. It's going to show in what you do. That baby needs to heal. That young man needs to heal. It's evident he needs to heal. He may came up there and chose his words oh so carefully and made it seem like this and made it seem like that. I'm doing a live, but the baby still needs to heal. And that's evident. So about he was ready to get over this and ready to get over that. You need to get over yourself and the choices that you made. And it's evident. It's evident. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. And it will show. It shows that little drug demon is little. You know why it's little? Because it's like a parasite. It can't exist without people. It can't exist without being fed. But it can definitely transform. That's the power that people have. That's the power that the God in you, that's the power your divinity has over it. And maybe those who have conquered it have not spoken about that. Maybe they just be like, hey, I surrender to God. And you thinking that God is something outside of you, but God is definitely within you. And you can evoke your God inside of you, and it will transform everything. Everything. Make it all brand new. So, when I listen to people like Monique and I listen to people like Kat, I appreciate y'all. Because I can't only imagine in the line of work that y'all do, how it is. Because I have faced things just not even being a paid entertainer as of yet. Not even being a paid motivational speaker as of yet. I have not even monetized this podcast as of yet, okay? This is just me giving. This is just, listen, my experiences that I have gotten through are not just for me to be like, oh, I got through them. No. It's for me to share, because there's some people still going through and they don't have no way of knowing how the fuck to get the fuck through, because ain't nobody relating to them. Everybody want to put on these masks and shit. Everything cool, everything great. Everything has the possibility of being cool and great. Oh, absolutely. But it's going to take some growth. It's going to take some honesty. It's going to take some truth. It's going to take some work consistently, not just on the outside, on the inside. See, when you know when you good on the inside, you go to sleep good at night. You sleep good, baby. You don't need a nightcap. If you decide to take a nightcap, it's a decision. It's a celebration. It ain't an every night thing. It ain't something you depended on. You ain't anxious. You calm. You calm, baby. You may get fiery. Oh, I got fiery today. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I raised my voice. I got very fiery because I had to let it be known. I value who I am. And what you're not going to do is play with me and be in my face. You want to live a certain lifestyle, you do that shit over somewhere else. You ain't doing that shit over here. You ain't doing that shit in my face. So you make the choice what the fuck you want to do with yourself and with your life. And I'm pretty sure that's the same attitude that my good sister Monique has with hers. And he could come up here, oh, she this and she that. Who you think you fooling? And they had to come back. But they trust me. It's strategy. And yes, they had to address everything. Because they feel like, listen, nobody get no passes. I love you. And that's especially why you don't get no pass. Now, I don't know the details, but now, I am going to say this. Now, I'm going to say this. This is how I feel about the Tyler Perry situation. I feel that if Tyler Perry offers them a show on his network where they write, they produce, and they have the proceeds or whatever, and he gets like a little cut, not a regular cut, a little cut, because he is doing restitution. I think that's fair, because from what I heard, watching her on Shay Shay is that she said she ain't gonna work for free, and he said he ain't gonna give away no free money. So even though he costed her money, I don't feel that Tyler is obligated to just give her the money that he cost her. But I do feel that he's in a position to give her the opportunity so that she can earn that money that she lost. And then some. That's how I feel. Because she would have had to work to get that money anyway. So work and get it now. That's how I feel about that situation. That's all I got to say. This is my 411 on Monique, on Cat Williams, on Tyler Perry. That's all I got to say about Tyler. But also on Nakita Blacc. On Nakita Blacc life. On Nakita Blacc life and challenges too, baby. Okay? It ain't just all about the other individuals who are in the light of public scrutiny. Okay? The public may not be scrutinizing me, but some folks is. Some folks is. I had people that I know for years that I thought and considered to be lifelong friends tell me, oh, my spirit told me not to talk to you. Your spirit didn't tell you that shit. You see the glow up. It's different when there's a lot of space in between people. You think a person is fronting, but when you up and close with a person, you see, oh, that person ain't the same. Oh, that person really like that. Oh, that person really conscious about what they listen to, what they look at. Like they are really conscious about that shit. That shit too much for me. That nah. That person really different. What is it? And then you trying to figure out what it is. It's my work. It's my spiritual practices, okay? That's what it is. And even though they're sacred, they ain't secret. It's me affirming every day, throughout the day, adjusting myself, adjusting my attitude. Because I'm conscious of what I'm feeding my subconscious, so I automatically do the shit now. And so I vibrate at a certain vibration, and it makes people feel uncomfortable who vibrate in low. I am a motherfucking wife whether I have a husband or not. And to some people that should go over their heads. What you mean you a motherfucking wife whether you have a husband? You have to have a husband to be a wife. No, being a wife is not just having a husband. Being a wife is a way of being, a state of motherfucking mind. It's unselfish. It ain't, oh, you got to do this for me, and you got to do that for me. It's a partnership. What are we doing for each other? It's a motherfucking partnership. So yes, I support that shit. Okay? I support happy, healthy relationships. Okay? But motherfuckers who are not that, who I would like to have that, but motherfuck you wouldn't. Because if you would, you would be talking the way you talking, and that shit don't fucking impress me. Well, since I got this, I got my own house, and I got my own this, and a nigga gonna have to do this for me, and if these niggas ain't doing that for me, well, I just go. That's your motherfucking business, bitch. They don't got shit to do with me, and you putting them bugs in my sister's ear. And got my sister thinking it's cool. Now, if my sister don't want to be a wife, then don't be a wife, bitch. I love you regardless. But don't fucking say your spirit told you something about me, because I stand on my principles and my values, and because I prioritize my spirituality, and I take this shit seriously. It ain't just about a Sunday. It ain't just about opening up a book, reading a scripture every day. It's about a way of how I think, how I do. It's a lot. It ain't what you think neither. Yes, I may light a candle. They light candles in churches. I may observe nature. I may observe my indigenous spiritual practices. That ain't something negative. They may have said it was negative to keep people out of their own power, but I stand and my power, and I ain't gonna change that for nothing and nobody. I'm only getting better. Only person that's changing for is me, to be better and get better. So if you have an issue with it, that's a you problem, and you be alright. Keep on watching. I ain't gotta be fronting. I don't gotta be fake. I don't gotta use people. I don't gotta talk bad about people. Just be around people I don't like just because they got something I could benefit from. I'm not compromising my motherfucking integrity. No, I'm not. I'm not compromising the God in me. How can I say that I trust in God, but then I'm going to put myself around individuals who's living questionably, who got a questionable character? That ain't me trusting in God. That's me trusting in my own understanding. I ain't living like that. And this ain't a front. This is who I am. I ain't acting. This is me. So if you love me, you're going to accept me just the way I am. You ain't going to want me to be like you. But see, I recognize people compromise because they got attached to shit. Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell the whole motherfucking world. A month or so ago, I was in a motherfucking homeless shelter because I refused to compromise my motherfucking integrity for things. And watch the grace in how I am multiplied because I decided to hold on to the intangible, to the character of me. Not to bend, not to fold, not to use anybody. I'm a pretty bitch. And not only am I a pretty bitch, okay, I'm a shapely bitch too. Alright? I'm a shapely, pretty, healthy bitch, okay? I could have easily compromised my character for a nigga who got a little bit of change and want to feel good about himself because he's taking care of a good woman, not even just any woman. I ain't out here whoring in these streets because I'm quote unquote on paper single. Nah, I don't got no interest. I ain't got no interest. I chose, no, I'm gonna hold on to my character. I'm gonna hold on to me. I ain't gonna use somebody to get ahead. I'm not doing that. And if you think I'm ungodly because of my choices, well, that's your business. Because I know me and my God good. I know all is well, all is good. So with that being said, thank you for tuning into the SupaTea Podcast Show. I'll be back, y'all. And keep watch. Cause shit, it ain't getting real. It's just all the good possibilities. How you think they're gonna be? It's a birthing. It's a birthing of the good possibilities. This is part of it. Thank you for tuning in. I like to stop this shit. I told y'all this motherfucking what you call it is. Oh, I guess I pressed the X.